Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be doing the mid-year Freakout tag and also a little goals checkup at the end, a very tiny goals checkup at the end because I have very tiny goals for this year. So yeah, let's just get into the tag. The first question is best book you've read so far, and for that one I'm going to go with Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. I really enjoyed this book. It's a bit different to stuff that I generally read. I don't read much like horror-y stuff, but I absolutely loved this book, so yes. The next question is best sequel you've read so far, and for that one I'm going with Bright We Burn by Kirsten White. I read the first two books in this series last year and then I finally finished the series this year and it's great, so yeah. The next question is new release you haven't read yet but you want to. Honestly, I had to like look on Goodreads because I was like, I don't even know what's out because I don't pay attention to stuff, and TJ Gloon has a book out called We Burned So Bright, so there you go. That's a book that I would like to read that exists in the world. Who'd have thunk it? The next question is most anticipated release from the second half of the year, and again I spent so much time looking, so obviously none of these are anticipated because I didn't even know they existed, but well, I did a little bit actually, I remembered. But yeah, I was looking on Goodreads lists, I was googling it, what books are coming out, I went on the Waterstones website, so I was trying to figure out, because like I said, I don't pay attention to stuff that's coming out, but as I was looking, I saw something and I was like, oh yeah, I do actually know that that's coming out, and that is the third book in the Villains series by V.E. Schwab, Victorious. That's coming out this year, so that is one that I did know was coming out, but I totally forgot. But I saw a few more that I would like to read. Scorpion Deep looks really cool. That is by the same author as Don't Let the Forest In. It's like creepy again, and then there's an Eldritch Sea God, which sounds right up my alley. So yeah, I think both of those are coming out sort of October, November time, I think. The next question is biggest disappointment, and for this one I'm going with The Boy in the Black Suit by Jason Reynolds, just because I've really loved some of Jason Reynolds' books, and this one I didn't love so much. It was fine, but I thought that there could be more, it could have been better, there could have been more like sauce in the story. So yeah, I think the lowest I've rated anything this year is 3 stars, so it's not like I've hated any books. But yeah, that's the only thing I could think of for biggest disappointment. The next one is biggest surprise, and for this one I'm going to go with The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, simply because I didn't think I would enjoy it so much. It's a play, I don't really read plays, and I've not read any Oscar Wilde, and when I first started it, the first maybe page or two, I was like, I didn't know if I was going to get into it, but then as I started going more, it's really good, it's really satirical, it feels fresh and modern, like it could be done today, and yeah, surprisingly really loved it, so there you go. The next question is favourite new author, and this one was kind of hard. I was looking, I have read a lot of authors that I've already read this year, but I'm going to mention them for the third time, C.G. Drews. Obviously I've only read one book by this author, so I can't specifically say that they are a new favourite, but it's definitely somebody that I want to check out more things from, like specifically. I can read other books by authors I've never read before and I'll be like, yeah, that was a good book, and I don't like search out more of their work, but I specifically was like, yes, give me more of this. So we're gonna go with that. The next question is newest fictional crush, and I'm gonna just change this and be like a partnership rather than a crush because, you know, I'm not 12. And for that one I'm going with Icarus and Helios from Icarus by Kay Ancrum. I just really enjoy Kay Ancrum's work, the way the characters are written, and them together, just great times, so yeah. The next one is new favourite character, and again this was quite hard. I was looking through the list of books that I've read, I was trying to figure stuff out, but then I was like, you know what, I want to talk about something that I haven't already talked about, just because I absolutely have been loving this series but there's nowhere else I could have put it. So I'm going with Monstrous, and specifically I'm going with Kipper. She's actually on the back of the here, so I'll show you. She's this little fox girl, she's adorable, so yeah, we're gonna go with Kipper. I knew I needed to mention Monstrous at some point in this video because I've been loving this series, so boom. We're about halfway through, so here's a video of some kits and then I'll be back with more questions.
Hello lovely, how you doing puppet? Hey,
So the next question is books that made you cry, and I have a shelf on Goodreads called Don't Wet the Page with Your Tears, because I'm a crier, and I have read 9 books so far this year that made me cry, but I chose this one. That's the back of the book. I chose this one, The Girl of Ink and Stars by Kira Millward Hargrave. It's a middle grade and it was really good. Side note, you can definitely hear loads of cars because my window's open and I can't be asked to close it. Sorry, you'll have to deal with it. I keep trying to pause, but you know, then a train comes back as well. We're back in the game. The next question is book that made you happy, and for this one I thought, you know what, I'm going to go with something that specifically has actually made me laugh, because that's something that doesn't really happen very often in books. I can be enjoying a book, but it's not often I actually laugh out loud. So I'm going for this one, The Unadulterated Cat by Terry Pratchett. This is a silly book. Obviously it's by Terry Pratchett, but it's like so real. He's talking about cats in here and it's just factual, everything he's talking about, and it just made me laugh because it's just true. The next question is favourite book to film adaptation you saw. Now, I've not actually read this book and I have no intention of reading this book, but I really enjoyed Hamnet, and that was based on a book, so I'm going to use that as the answer here. People seem to like the book, so it's, you know, it's something that people like, and I really enjoyed the film. Another thing that made me cry. I'm a crier, what can I say? I was literally finished a book today and I was crying, so sorry if my eyes are red. I'm going to flip this question though, because I did see something that I have actually watched and it was fucking terrible. So I'm going to flip this and say the worst film adaptation you've seen to a book. I should have known really, because nobody ever talks about it and it came out several years ago. Arian Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe. The film is absolutely shocking, it is terrible. I watched it and I was like, this is shit. There's like, the characters are just so bland. The whole point of that book is just how intricate that is. So much a character study, and the characters are just like blah, and the relationship between them is meh, and everything's just blah. So yeah, if you haven't watched that, highly recommend that you don't, because it's terrible. The next question is a favourite video you've made this year, and I haven't made as many as I normally do. I've had several periods off. But I'm going to say my Oslo sketching video is very different to anything I've ever posted before, but I really enjoyed the process of doing it, so making a video on it is really cool that I can look back on it. Basically in February I went to Oslo for a few days and I took a tiny little sketchbook with me and some pens that have 10 colours on them, and was just wandering about sketching things, urban sketching just in real life, and I made a little video about it. Nobody's watched it, it's fine, but I enjoyed it. So there you go, that's the one. The next question is a beautiful book that you've bought this year, or got, and I'm going to say this one. The Call of Cthulhu and Other Cosmic Tales of Horror by H.P. Lovecraft, and I'm not going to lie, this was like 100% like a cover buy. Oh, the cover, the spine, look how cool this is. It's all tentacly. Ooh, creepy. Because like, you can find H.P. Lovecraft's work online for free because it's in public domain now. But I saw this and I was like, this looks really cool. I've only read one of the short stories in here before I got this, so I'll be interested to read the rest of them, because hopefully I enjoy them, because I really enjoy Cthulhu, like the mythology just as Cthulhu, but I've never actually read the story, so we shall see. And then I believe there's one more question, and then I've got a couple of the goals that I had for this year. So the last question is book you need to read by the end of the year, and this also links on with my goals, because I had a goal. There's 5 books on my physical TBR that I put on for this year, and I have 3 of them still to read. So those 3 are In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune, An Unsung Hero, Tom Crean Antarctic Survivor by Michael Smith, and Strange Redeemer by Laini Taylor. These 3 are the 3 books that are on my TBR, so I need to read them. I made a TBR of 5 this year instead of loads because I'll read what I want. So yeah, going into the other ones, it's very, very basic. What time is it? Why is there so much traffic? So, read 50 books. I've read 57. I'm not going to up that goal. I always have my goal at read 50 books, and when I hit it I'm like, cool, I've read it, but I'm not like, now read 75, now read 100. The goal is 50, the goal has been met, boom. It's 10 to 2, I don't know why there's so much traffic. The next one is read 50% or at least 50% of the books that I've hauled, and I've read 53% of them so far, so yes, we're also on track there. And then the last one is participate in the buzzword-a-thon, readathon challenge thing that Books and Lala has created. Now, I did go back and watch my goals video because I couldn't remember if I had any other goals. I don't, those are my 4. But in that video I said, oh, I'm going to do the covers and the titles and mix them up, because I was looking for titles and like 6 months in I had no titles of any of the words in. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll mix and match. No, I'm just doing the covers, it's easier. I can find stuff with covers on, but stuff with words in was just not happening. So yeah, every month so far I have read something that has the cover prompt for Buzzwordathon. So there we go, those are the questions, those are my goal updates, and that is the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully the traffic's not terrible. It sounds really loud for me. I really hope I was pausing enough and it's not just like really irritating. If it is, soz. You're probably left by now anyway if it's that bad. But yeah, say some words down below if you want, that's what it's there for, comment section and all that, and I will be back at some point with another video. Bye.